Thanksgiving may be a few days away, but Memphis Tigers basketball fans are already giving thanks for Penny Hardaway and his running gun charges. Tonight, they hope to feast on the Hilltoppers from Western Kentucky. We're serving it up right now.
Last season, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers topped the Memphis Tigers 75-69 in a game played in South Dakota. Tonight, the 11th-ranked Tigers look for a payback as they host their adversaries from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to FedEx Forum on world-famous Beale Street. Alongside former Tiger John Albright, I'm Greg Gaston. John, the Tigers improved to 3-0 on Tuesday, defeating St. Louis, thanks in large part to Tyler Harris, who's not your ordinary walk-on.
Greg, absolutely not. Nice luxury for Penny Hardaway to have to bring a player of the offensive capability, Tyler Harris, off the bench. Did he deliver? Against St. Louis, when the Tigers really struggling, he stepped up big. He's shooting 70% from three-point range, and he is a real asset to bring off that Tiger bench.
All right, let's take a look at the keys to the game for both teams.
Well, if you're Western Kentucky, you got to be able to score. That sounds obvious, but against the Tigers' rim protectors in the defense, they've got to be able to do that, and they got to deal with the Memphis pressure. It's going to be relentless throughout the game. For Memphis, they got to do a better job of valuing the ball, limit those turnovers, and this is the last audition for some of the Tigers to get into the rotation, so they got to earn their stripes tonight.
Our players to watch for Memphis: Jalen Duren, the super freshman who's averaging nearly 13 points per game and blocking everything in sight.
He is solid down low. Again, over 3 blocks a game. He really hadn't been a factor the last 2 first halves. He's very unselfish, and the Tigers have to find a way to get him involved in both halves.
For Western Kentucky, Davion McKnight is the reigning Conference USA Player of the Week.
That rare combination, you lead the team in scoring and assists. He's tough, his coach says. He's a warrior, and the biggest compliment, he's consistent every single day. He'll have to be tonight for Rick Stansbury's club to come out of here with a win.
Western Kentucky leads the all-time series with Memphis 10-9, going way back to 1933-34. That was the first time these two programs met. Western Kentucky's had an awful lot of success, as has Memphis. Now, they met last year, as many recall, about a year ago, November 26, 2020, and Penny Hardaway's Tigers lost to Western Kentucky 75-69 in the Crossover Classic in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Well, we talked to Penny Hardaway before the game. He is looking forward to this. He's looking for pressure. He wants them to value the basketball better and also to hit the glass. Again, he wants to see a nice tune-up before they head north to a big matchup next week in New Jersey. Again,
the Tigers 3-0, coming off a win over St. Louis 90-74. Western Kentucky at 1-2, having lost their last game, losing to South Carolina in a game played in Asheville, North Carolina, 75-64. Last year, for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, they finished 21-8, 11-3 in Conference USA. They would go on to the NIT and reach the second round. Of course, Memphis would win the National Invitation Tournament. Right away, we got a whistle here as we get set to jump and get this game underway. And right away, one of the officials, that's Vladimir Voyart-Tadal, coming over and talking with Josh Anderson. Now we're underway, and Jalen Duren is going to tip that one out of bounds.
You know a little bit about those pregame discussions at midcourt?
Yeah, I was privy to going out there with the captains earlier today before the game tip. Thanks to Doug Schaus for that. So Western Kentucky will have the basketball. Here's their starting lineup. Davion McKnight, we featured, along with Luke Frampton, Josh Anderson, Jarius Hamilton, and Jalen Butts. They got a lot of transfers, as Rick Stansbury lost a lot from last year's team. Big rebound there for the freshman Amani Bates, the 17-year-old, who reclassified to this season. He will not be eligible for the NBA draft next spring, so he's got 2 years to play here at Memphis or anywhere he desires. Lester Quinones, the runner. It goes for the first bucket of the game.
Quinones a little quiet against St. Louis. Good sign for him to get involved early offensively for the Tigers. Expect a lot of sets, a lot of movement, a lot of screens for Western Kentucky. Again, here's the Tiger pressure.
And they're going to call Alex Lomax, ALO as they say, with the push. Almost got a backcourt violation. Starting lineup for your Memphis Tigers: Alex Lomax, Imani Bates, Lester Quinones, DeAndre Williams, and Jalen Duren.
What Memphis has done very successfully up to this point is push you away from where you want to start your offense. So much of your energy is left just trying to get away from their defense.
Three-pointer goes for Josh Anderson, fifth-year senior guard out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And that is a good sign for Rick Stansbury and company. Perimeter scoring. They'll get some looks. Just got to be able to finish.
Western Kentucky shooting just 27.4% from beyond the arc, but they make their first. Duren got pushed, but no foul called. Instead, it'll be a traveling violation against Memphis, and that's something that has reared its ugly head early. It hasn't cost the Tigers, but they're averaging 20 turnovers per game.
Yep, too many. That's going to be a problem in big games where it's close.
Officials for tonight's game, I mentioned Doug Schaus, KB Burdett Jr., and Vladimir Voyard-Tadal. Duren got his hand out to deflect the ball, and they get a steal.
You look up and you know he's close, and you're just uneasy about where he is on the floor.
Quinones, a lot of contact. Again, no call, and another turnover for Memphis. Wide open three, and that one's going to go for the struggling Luke Frampton. This guy is very capable, but to start the season, just 1 of 19 from three going into the game tonight.
Well, his coach was very positive talking to me yesterday. He said, I know his stats don't look like it, but he is a very capable shooter, and he will come around. Very confident still in his capabilities.
You mentioned his coach. That's the veteran Rick Stansbury in his 6th year. Somehow Western Kentucky got the steal. Here comes Memphis, though. As the Hilltoppers return the favor, Duren gets fouled. Looks like a reach by Jalen Butts, and he'll go to the free throw line. But Rick Stansbury, 104 wins, 62 losses at Western Kentucky, his 20th season overall. Of course, many people around this area remember him for his time at Mississippi State.
Memphis doing a good job of getting Jalen Durham involved early inside the foul. Otherwise, you're going to see a highlight flush. But again, the last couple games, really not a factor in the first half. Did all of his scoring and most of his damage in the second half. He's very unselfish, but he is a force down low. And again, somebody that you want to get some touches, particularly early in the ball game.
Duren misses his first, shooting 67% from the free throw line. One more note on Rick Stansbury, 3 wins away from 400 for his career. Of course, Anthony Penny Hardaway, the head coach of the Memphis Tigers, in his 4th season, 66 wins, 32 losses. So Duren splits the 2 free throws, but Western Kentucky still doubling up Memphis 6-3.
Quinones is just irritating enough to get his hand in there, and the ricochets off McKnight. Turnover for the Hilltoppers.
Each team with 3 turnovers early. Western Kentucky 15 per game. As I mentioned, Memphis at 20 per game. Picked 3rd in the Conference USA preseason coaches poll. Here's DeAndre Williams. Had some foul trouble last game for Memphis, and the step back fall away goes for Williams, who's averaging 8 a game. Memphis within 1. McKnight, great penetration and pass, but that was altered. Keith Williams make that. Jarris Hamilton tried to finish, but Memphis turns it over again. And the Hilltoppers looking to run. Here's McKnight. He'll pull up and he'll knock it down. He's a heck of a player, that Davion McKnight, 6'1" sophomore guard, averaging 21 points per game, nearly 7 rebounds and 5 assists.
He does it all. He's got to handle the ball. He's the leading scorer, leading assist man, and Rick Stansbury has a lot of really good things to say about it. Just tough, and again, same every day, consistent, know what to expect.
Williams cut off. Good defense there by Jarris Hamilton. Now just 6 on the shot clock for Quinones.
Good man-to-man right now by Western Kentucky.
Williams open 3. Duren with a monster finish.
When you fail to block off a man of this capability, that is unfortunately what you're going to see, and that was a big-time follow-up flush by Duren.
8-7 Western Kentucky. We approach 16 to play in the first half, just underway from FedEx Forum in Memphis. That was too tall for Butts, and a turnover by the Hilltoppers. That's their 4th. Bates, good feed to Lomax. The up and under, no. Duren had his hand on the ball, picked up by Lomax. 3 for Bates. And Amani's got that rainbow 3 that he's knocking down at a 50% clip coming in, and Memphis now leads at 10-8.
That's just tough to defend. 6'9", he can go inside, and if you leave him open, he's got a beautiful arcing 3-point shot. Finds the range.
Jarris Hamilton, the transfer from Maryland. They have a number of transfers, as I mentioned.
Look at the switch. You got Duren on McKnight.
And Lomax stripped it from Hamilton. Memphis has a 3-on-2. alley-oop, a little too tall for Durham, but he got the ball back and lays it up and in.
Really like how Memphis is finding Jalen Duren in. If Western Kentucky's going to have to play man, he's going to have some looks, and give Memphis a lot of credit for getting their big guy involved early in this ball game.
Despite the 4 turnovers by Memphis, they've hit 5 of 7 shots. Western Kentucky has aided that with 5 turnovers of their own. 7-0 run for Memphis over the last minute and change. They had their largest lead at 4. Stolen again, 6th turnover. That time, great hustle by Duren. Lomax right down Broadway, and he's fouled. So Alo will go to the free throw line, and Memphis's defense stingy early in this one. 5 turnovers for Western Kentucky in the last 3.5 minutes, and Memphis has jumped out to a 12-8 lead. Jalen Duren on a mission early in this one.
Well, at 6'11", his timing and athleticism, that is a highlight reel. 2 for 2 early in this game for the Tigers. That's a good sign offensively, and he is a force to be reckoned with at the defensive end as well.
Duren and Bates have already combined for 8 of the Tigers' 12 points. They're a perfect 3 for 3 from the field. 2 of the 5-star freshmen on this Penny Hardaway roster. Josh Minot, another big cog, or major cog, if you will, in this #1 recruiting class. We'll see him a little bit later on in this game, but we will see now Landers Nolly check in for Memphis along with Malcolm Dandridge. So Penny Hardaway goes to the bench for the first time. And here's Alex Lomax to the free throw line, shooting 83.3%. Jamarian Sharp is checked in for Western Kentucky as well. All he is 7'5". He is the tallest player in Division I basketball. The junior college transfer from John A. Logan College comes over to Western Kentucky. 2nd season with the Hilltoppers. Lomax makes both. And now the aforementioned Josh Minot will check in for Alex Lomax. So Memphis on a 9-0 run as they've increased the lead to 14-8.
This is where Memphis has such an advantage. They have waves they can just continue to throw at you. And if you're Rick Stansbury, they've only got 9 guys that really been playing. You got some more help that'll be coming later on, but really have only gone with 9 so far in the season.
Yeah, that's a great point. The former Cincinnati Bearcat, Keith Williams, still not eligible. He had 8 games, by the way, in his career versus Memphis. Still don't have Zion Harmon. This Western Kentucky team will have a lot more depth when those guys are able to play. 3 on the shot clock. Frampton, top of the key. And Bates, that's a strong rebound. And Penny Hardaway told us before the game it's a key for his guards to crash the boards.
Come back, and that's a 6'9" guard that can get up. So that's a good point. Instead of releasing, come back and help out.
Instead, though, the freshman gets caught in the air and makes an errant pass. And Amani will be the first one to tell you that he has to really get better with the turnovers. He's still learning, and he's learning that point guard position. So 5 turnovers for Memphis, 6 for Western Kentucky as Jaden Hardaway, the son of Coach Penny Hardaway, checks into the game for Memphis.
Kentucky get a lot of movement, a lot of screens. Defensively, you must communicate.
That's McKnight short on that one. Memphis gives it up again. And Anderson is fouled by Landers Nolly. Probably a good foul, you would say. He had bad intentions, as they say, John. Looked like he was going to ram that one down.
Well, you want to contest shots, particularly early. And Memphis with a mistake. Anderson was getting ready to put it down, and Landers Nolly reached in. Instead, Anderson will have to do his work at the free throw line. But Memphis, again, careless with the basketball. Penny Hardaway talking to you and I before the game about positionless basketball. That means that more people than just your ordinary designated people to handle the basketball can. But he's been threatening his kids. If we don't get those turnovers down to a workable number, we're going to have fewer and fewer guys handling the basketball.
Hilltopper shoots 65% on the season from the free throw line. Anderson, who missed the first, at 77%. And he misses the second as well. So Memphis with the ball on a 9-0 run. Nolly got the pass inside to Duren. He tried to split the 2 defenders, and he draws the foul. And that one will go against Jamarian Sharp. That's the 3rd now against Western Kentucky.
And I like the attention that they are giving to Jalen Duren. Again, inside, he's just too strong. Take your pick. Actually, a couple of fouls there. I think that Hamilton may have gotten a hand on him as well, but Duren just strong in traffic. He knows what to do with it when he gets it inside that low.
Misses the first. You mentioned earlier that Duren's gotten off to slow starts the last couple of games in the first half and has taken over in the second half, but a good start for him tonight.
Yeah, well, it's not his fault. I mean, again, he's very patient. He's a very unselfish player. He's not pounding or getting upset that he doesn't touch the ball. Just kind of waits for it to come to him, and I think Memphis done a good job getting it, emphasizing getting it to him, particularly down low. I think they've got some mismatch opportunities with him inside. 6
points, 2 rebounds for the freshman Jalen Duren. Memphis picked second in the American Conference preseason coaches poll. Houston, the defending champs, picked to win it. Anderson spinning, shooting, and scoring. Anderson with 5. And Western Kentucky needed that one in a bad way.
See if they give a little zone look now. Again, we expect some different looks from Rick Stansbury. They've already played a tough schedule. Already plays, we talked about Minnesota, South Carolina. They got games against Ole Miss. Also coming up, Buffalo, Louisville, Marshall, UAB in conference. So this is a very challenging non-conference schedule, but talking to Rick Stansbury, he just said, I think it prepares us. We know where we are. We expect it. Good competition gets us ready for our conference play.
7th turnover by Memphis as Dandridge tried a little high-low with Duren. Baseline jumper. That is sweet from the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp. Tyler Harris is checked into the game for Memphis, one of the heroes from their win over St. Louis on Tuesday. The walk-on, former scholarship player who's in his second go-around with Memphis at 18 points, including 4 triples.
I think a lot of the fans here were really happy to see him do so well. Of course, coming back here with a different role than he had before in his first trek with the Tigers. He's expected to score when he comes in, but not going to be as counted on as regularly. But he came up big against St. Louis earlier this week.
Memphis nearly gave it away again, but Sharp knocked it out of bounds. So 11 seconds on the shot clock. 12:21 to play in the first half. Memphis leads by 3, and that's including a 10-0 run. So a tight game. Again, a turnover by Memphis. McKnight behind Hardaway, and he lays it in.
Give Western Kentucky credit. They are hanging tough, keeping their composure, exactly what you'd expect from a Rick Stansbury coach club, and giving Memphis all they want right now.
John, the Tigers are on a pace to commit 40 turnovers, 1 per minute. Good strong move by Malcolm Dandridge, the 6'9" junior center from here in Memphis.
Dandridge, I call him Mr. Personality. He's fun to be around. He's funny. He's got a lot of humor. And the Tigers just need for him to stay out of foul trouble. He's been getting saddled with early fouls and not getting a lot of minutes on the floor because of foul problems.
Memphis 6 of 8 from the field. Western Kentucky is 6 of 10. That's going to be an offensive foul. That was the push-off by Josh Anderson, and Doug Schall's right there to call it. So a turnover by Western Kentucky on the offensive foul. 11:36 to play in the first half. Memphis has hit its last 3 shots, as has Western Kentucky, and it's a 3-point Memphis lead. Welcome back to FedEx Forum. Memphis leads Western Kentucky 17-14. The 2 teams have already combined for 15 turnovers in less than 8 minutes. And John, both teams have capitalized. Memphis has scored 10 off the turnovers of Western Kentucky. Meanwhile, the Hilltoppers have scored 9 off the 8 Memphis turnovers.
Well, the concern is some of the Memphis turnovers were unforced. Again, leaving your feet, just not realizing there's a defender in the way. And again, Penny Hardaway has talked. This is a concern. They've been averaging 20 turnovers per game in the previous 3 games. That number has got to get dwindled.
Another turnover and a great play by the 7'5" Jamarian Sharp. Three-pointer from the wing, and that one goes for Cameron Justice. And what a great story he is. We'll get to that in a moment. But we are tied at 17. Hilltoppers have hit 3 of 5 from beyond the arc. And Landers Nolly with the elbow jumper for his first points, averaging just under 10 a game. So Cameron Justice began his career at Vanderbilt, then went to IUPUI, played at Western Kentucky in 1920, and he was working as a grad assistant, basically a grad assistant for Rick Stansbury's team. Then got cleared for an extra year of eligibility. Has played in 1 game because he was doing something pretty important. He was getting married. And there's another 3, this time by the Maryland transfer, Jarius Hamilton, and Western Kentucky regains lead 20-19. So here he is playing basketball the newlywed.
Little different approach, but again, a great story. And right now, the story is Western Kentucky has found a way to keep their composure, and they lead this game.
Dandridge had the point-blank follow, and he missed it. Earl Timberlake missed the initial shot as he's in the game for the first time. And then a pass too tall for Hamilton as Western Kentucky turns it back over. A turnover fest here in Memphis as DeAndre Williams and Amani Bates will check back in, replacing Josh Minot and Malcolm Dandridge, respectively.
Well, telegraphing passes has been a problem for Memphis in this game, and leaving your feet to something other than shoot the basketball. So, again, a couple of these things just really unforced. There's another poor entry pass. Western Kentucky, again, gets a hand on it. I mean, exactly where it's going, and another turnover.
And, John, you saw the frown on Timberlake's face, and now he's kind of vocalizing something to DeAndre Williams, who he feels should have caught the ball. But that was a tough one for the big guy to catch. It was camouflaged. These turnovers, as Penny said, is very concerning. Hamilton jump shot in the lane is off the mark, and then a foul is committed, and it'll go against Memphis.
I think it just hit it. I just think it went off the baseline is what the call was.
Oh, he put up a number. Okay. Either way, it'll be Western Kentucky basketball. Looked like the official KB Burdette put up 2-0. But then again, no 20 on the court.
Yep, that would be a problem.
Hamilton working against Nolly.
Hit the backboard. That's goaltending.
Yes, it is.
Yep, can't do that. Smack the backboard. That's an automatic call.
And Williams tried to get over there. He just got over there too late. So give Hamilton the bucket. And Hamilton now has 5, and Western Kentucky's up 3.
Well, the Hilltoppers are doing a really good job of getting good shots. We talked about got to find a way to score. Guess what? They're doing that. They've kept their composure. If they would just limit and minimize turnovers, they could really get a good working margin. They're throwing some zone against Memphis.
Offensive foul on legal screen by Nolly. So 14 fouls for each team. Nolly commits his second. He's frustrated. The Hilltoppers' largest lead, 4 to open the game. They now lead it by 3. Memphis had a 7-point lead after a 10-0 run. So it's been a close game throughout. Justice, wide open.
Can't happen. That's going to be a real problem. Penny Hardaway's not going to like it. That's a straight line drive from the backcourt all the way to the bucket. Nobody contests it. And give Western Kentucky credit. They are taking it right to the Tigers right now. Timeout for Memphis.
Wow, and a great play by Jarius Hamilton with that screen. Legal, not an illegal screen, which Memphis had committed the illegal screen foul a possession ago. Hamilton just kind of got in the way, and it was a wide open lane for Justice to drive.
Well, communication was a problem. Once the screen occurred, you got to communicate. You got to let people know what's doing, and you got to find a way to fight around, see the ball in the man, and the Tigers did not do a good job of it that time. And Penny Hardaway is very animated, which is not normally what he does during the game, but that is a concern. And right now, Western Kentucky, again, finding ways to get to the basket. Their zone is causing some problems, and more than anything else, Memphis turnovers just continue to plague them.
Western Kentucky shoots just 27% from beyond the arc, 27.4 to be exact. They've hit 4 of their first 6 attempts. They're shooting 67% from the field. Memphis is shooting 64%. But again, those fouls are rearing its ugly head for both teams, but especially for Memphis with 11, as Western Kentucky has scored 16 of their 24 points off Memphis turnovers. Yeah, zone defense once again for Rick Stansbury's team.
That's an alarming stat. Memphis has got to do a good job moving the ball. Almost another turnover.
That is a dangerous cross-court pass by a veteran like Lester Quinones. So Memphis will have 8 seconds on the shot clock. There's 8:49 to play before halftime. Tigers ranked 11th in the country in the Associated Press poll, 16th in the coaches poll, and they're undefeated, but that's in jeopardy, even though we're just in the first half, as Bates misses the long range, and I mean long range 3. Memphis just 1 of 3 from beyond the arc.
Well, the one calling card that has been consistent all year for the Tigers has been their defensive effort. Last time, again, just a lapse, but normally they've been able to pick up the pressure Give Western Kentucky credit. Justice lighting it up from outside, and now an 8-point lead for the Hilltoppers. A lot of confidence also for Rick Stansbury's club. Poor pass again for Memphis. Another turnover.
They're trying to make the fancy pass, right? The highlight reel pass, and they are down 8 points. Justice has 8 points himself. Turnaround, Hamilton in the lane. It's a double-digit lead for Western Kentucky, who knocked off Memphis last year when they had a guy like Charles Bassey now playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. They don't have him anymore. Memphis is the ranked team, and Memphis finds himself in a big hole as the fans start to get a little anxious here at FedEx Forum.
Well, this is the largest deficit of the season for Memphis. Bates with a long three. Good effort by Quinones. Can't come up with it.
Right into the hands of Cameron Justice. What a lift he's given Rick Stansbury off the bench with 8 points and great hustle.
That time a little quick for Western Kentucky. That will play into Memphis's hands. Again, it's got a good look when you take it down.
Bates feeling it. No, he's missed his last three after making his first. Quinones. Duran. Great feed to Williams. And he'll get the bucket in the bank. That was a great extra pass there by Jalen Duran.
Very unselfish play on the part of the big 6'11 freshman. You're exactly right, Greg. He had a shot. He saw an open teammate, and DeAndre Williams coming through hits the bucket.
Free throw to shoot when we come back for DeAndre Williams. That stops the bleeding, at least temporarily. Memphis trails by 8. .2 run for the Hilltoppers over the last 3.5 minutes, and Cameron, I feel like I'm in the Hall of Justice, is taking over for the Hilltoppers.
Well, he's providing the offensive spark. 2 for 2 from three-point range. He's got 8 points coming in, just averaging a little over 3 points a game. So he has been a big spark, and in what is a very, very short bench at this point in the season for Rick Stansbury. But an impressive start here in the first half on the road for the Hilltoppers out of Conference USA.
Western Kentucky just 34 and 102 all-time versus ranked teams, and only 8 and 41 on the road. But they're trying to pull off a big upset tonight.
Now for Memphis, this is the first time they've found themselves down by double digits. They have trailed for pretty much the last 5 or 6 minutes, so the last 7:06 of the first half. Very important for the Tigers to get back in this thing. Not that they're out of it by any stretch. Plenty of time to go, but they've got to be a little more consistent, see if they can pick that pressure up and force some turnovers and some transition chances for them at the offensive end.
They absolutely have the depth. Rick Stansbury does not use as many players as Penny has available, but yet that has not been a difference maker. And that was an obvious offensive foul by Jarius Hamilton. Just lowered the shoulder and rammed it into DeAndre Williams.
Nice heads-up play by DeAndre Williams. 6'9" senior out of Houston, Texas. Smart play, and that's the kind of heads-up plays and efforts that Penny Hardaway needs for the Tigers to not only get back in this thing leading, but to try to take control. But nice, selfless play.
9 turns now for the Hilltoppers. Again, telegraph pass that time by Williams, looking for Bates, stolen by Davion McKnight. Man, a baker's dozen turnovers for the Tigers. And a foul's going to be called.
I think Duran down low.
It will be Duran.
Again, just crazy numbers turnover-wise for Memphis, just unforced. That time Williams just blindly trying to throw it across the lane.
Duran's first 15th foul against Memphis, make it 16 fouls now against the Tigers. 4 for the Hilltoppers. Great backdoor cut, and Duran's going to commit back-to-back fouls. Boy, good recognition on that pass.
Might be Lomax. I think they're going to call Lomax, Greg, on that. He was down there as well. Nice play backdoor.
Yep. Looked like Lomax got him first, and Duran came over.
Yep, good backdoor by Davion McKnight. And again, a well-executed play in the half-court set for Western Kentucky.
So that'll be Lomax's second foul, as Duran will go over and talk to Penny Hardaway. Words of advice from the 4th-year head coach of the Memphis Tigers. One more for McKnight. And he goes 1 of 2. So 5 for Davion McKnight, averaging a team best 21 points per game, 21.3. Hilltoppers by 8.
Good look at the 2-3 zone from Western Kentucky. Movement.
Get cheesy at Red Robin.
Get it against the zone.
Memphis field goal defense this year, 31.9%. Right now, Western Kentucky, 67% from the field. Duren, nice. The offensive rebound, the putback, and the foul. Great position there by Jalen Duren, who just outleaped the defenders.
Position was good, Greg. Also, he was very strong with the ball. Kept that about his chest high, didn't bring it down. He was physical. Got a chance for the three-point play. But, again, nice offensive board work by Jalen Duren. Again, sometimes the big guys will bring it down. That brings everybody else into play. Strong in there, never a chance. Went right back up with it. You see his strength and a chance again for the conventional three-point play.
Duren with 8 points and 4 rebounds. So Western Kentucky now with 7. I misspoke a second ago. Memphis has 5, not 6. So team fouls now. Western Kentucky with 7 puts Memphis in the bonus with 6 to play in the first half. Tigers back to within 5. They had the ball for a second. And Duren with a block. Here's a 3. Johnny on the spot. Went right into the hands of Frampton, but unable to knock it down.
Good defensive effort that time by Memphis.
Williams, the runner, off the window. And DeAndre Williams making his presence felt. Great defense turns into offense down at the other end. Memphis within a possession here, 30-27. Duren, by the way, with 14 blocks, leading all freshmen in the entire country, including Chet Holmgren out of Gonzaga, and that's an offensive foul.
That one was close. Williams may have just gotten there in time. Again, heads-up play by DeAndre Williams, and once again, we're going to go the other way with a charge. Let's take a look. Coming in strong.
The elbow came out, too, by Jalen Butts.
But regardless, Memphis defense has been their most consistent component all season long, and that's what's got them within a possession here.
Butts with his second. He and Anderson have 2 for Western Kentucky. Nobody with 3 here in the first half. Williams, though, his energy's infectious. Quinones had it tipped well. Jalen Duren climbs the ladder. That was a tip. Quinones somehow got it up in the air, and Jalen Duren brings it down with the power of Thor.
Well, for Memphis, it's a good thing that Durham has been a factor here in the first half. He's got 11 points for the Tigers here in the first 20 minutes.
7-0 run now for Memphis over the last minute. That's broken there on a nice up and under by Jarius Hamilton, who now has 9.
Very well-coached Western Kentucky team. They do a good job in the half-court sets. You must communicate. A lot of back picks, a lot of screens, and if you lose your focus or vision just for a minute, you're in trouble. Must communicate also defensively with your teammates.
2-3 zone continues for Western Kentucky. And you're not kidding about being well coached. Blocked by the big man. Sharp stepped out there and blocked the Williams shot. And Memphis commits a foul. So the 6th team foul against Memphis. DeAndre Williams certainly gave him a lift. And now he'll be replaced as Malcolm Dandridge checks back into the game. Earl Timberlake also checks in for Memphis.
Yeah, Williams took just a little too much time deciding whether he wanted to shoot. I think he was a little surprised when he got the ball. He was wide open. And then the big guy, Sharp, came out on him.
One possession game. So we approach 4 to play in half number 1. 2 teams have combined for 23 turnovers. And Timberlake reaches in, commits the foul, and that'll put Memphis over the limit. So 1-1 for McKnight. The fans, a cascade of boos here at FedEx Forum. They didn't like it. They didn't like the touch foul. McKnight, who does everything well, shoots nearly 85% from the free throw line. Split his first 2 attempts a bit earlier in this half.
Only a sophomore. Again, his coach just had praises for him. He's a tough kid. Just gives you everything that he's got all the time. You know what to expect day in and day out. He's not high or low. No complaints. Just does what expected. Penny Hardaway, a lot of coaching moments tonight. Talking to his prized freshman there, Amani Bates.
So McKnight now 3 of 4 on the evening from the free throw line. Coming into the game 22 of 26, 4th
half-court
most
trap.
made free throws in the entire country. So he gets to the free throw line readily. Timberlake drives, lays it up and in off the window.
Strongest play we've seen from Timberlake all season. That time he used his right hand to challenge the big guy, 7'5", Jamarian Sharp. You saw his strength inside. Nice move by Timberlake.
And another touch foul, a grab foul on Timberlake, or a grab, I should say. And that'll be his second, each team with 8 team fouls. 3:35 to play. We have a timeout on the floor at FedEx Forum. It's been a tight one from the start. Memphis trails Western Kentucky by 3. When you talk Western Kentucky basketball, you're talking about one of the most storied programs there is. 23 NCAA tournament appearances all time, but the last was in 2013. Only Kansas and Kentucky have won more regular season titles than the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers.
Western Kentucky, synonymous with winning basketball. Again, they've done it in a lot of different eras, a lot of different time zones. Again, top 20 win seasons. They're 7th all time in that category. So again, they're accustomed to winning games.
And Penny Hardaway has a connection as well. His final game in a Memphis State uniform in 1993 was a game against Western Kentucky, and the Tigers lost. It was in 1993 in the NCAA tournament first round. So with the loss last year as coach of the Tigers, with that loss as a player, I guarantee you Penny Hardaway wants this one real bad.
Tigers run into a half-court trap. Got to recognize it. Nice job.
Dandridge lays it in.
Good pass by Duran. Well executed out of the timeout for the Memphis Tigers.
Couple of buckets now for Malcolm Dandridge. It's a 1-point game.
You know, as a player, you remember the first game that you played in, and you remember the last one you play in for your school.
3 lead changes here in the first half.
Phi Slamma Jamma.
Oh, yeah.
Remember it too well.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have nightmares. 8 on the shot clock. Now double team. Oh, Justice, great feed off the double team. The jump hook in the lane, no. And then Bates should have rebounded it instead of batting it out. Frampton the open 3. Another opportunity for the Hilltoppers. Justice an open 3. Not that time. 3 for a nickel there for the Hilltoppers, and they were unable to capitalize. So Memphis has a chance to make it a 4th lead change. Bates spins in the lane, throws it up, short. And Hamilton comes down with the rebound. Bates struggling a little bit now. 1 for 5. That was his first shot inside the arc. Hamilton wide open, top of the key.
Duran just clears it out.
11 and 7 in the first half for Jalen Duran. Timberlake, Duran, got it blocked from behind. What a block by Hamilton. Here come the Hilltoppers. Justice, wow, just blew right by Malcolm Dandridge. That's a 10 spot for Cameron Justice, the newlywed, and Western Kentucky's lead is now 3 with under 2 to play.
Good job by the Hilltoppers. They answer the Memphis run. Again, hanging on to a 1-possession lead.
Timberlake got it inside, and Memphis turns it over again. They just stole it away. And that'll be turnover number 14 for Memphis. They average 20 per game, not per half. They're at 14 here in the first half. Western Kentucky, rather, with a chance to add to their lead, and they turn it over. Hardaway, it's a 2-on-1. Hardaway lays it up and in after the Euro step by Jaden Hardaway. He'll get a 3-point opportunity and a chance to tie this game up with 1:25 to play in the first half.
Nice deflection by Earl Timberlake. Gets the Tigers in a transition game, and Jaden Hardaway with a unique, as you mentioned, Euro step. Chance for 3-point play. McKnight out of position, gets called for reaching, and the Tigers with a chance to tie this game up with 1:25 left here in the first half.
First on McKnight. And here comes Jaden Hardaway, 50% from the free throw line. Right now we have a stoppage in play, and what they're saying is Tyler Harris can't check in at this moment. He was trying to check in, and Doug Schaus came over and took him back out, and now he's standing in front of the scorer's table. So this to tie it. And Hardaway's able to convert. Now Harris will check in for Timberlake.
Good moments for Earl Timberlake. He checks in and checks out, and Tyler Harris, who lit it up from 3-point range against St. Louis earlier this week, checks in for Memphis. And we're all tied up. 1:25 left in the first half.
Each team with 7 assists in this game. Memphis out rebounding the Hilltoppers 16-10. Memphis on average out rebounds their opponents by nearly 5. And Western Kentucky gets out-rebounded by 7.7 boards per game. McKnight double-teamed, Hardaway steals it. Memphis has the numbers. Williams behind the defense. He'll slam it down. And Memphis regains the lead.
Again, the Tiger defense gets in the transition game, and that gets the fans on their feet. The Tigers regain the lead with less than a minute to go.
9 for DeAndre Williams, and he's been really good over the last 5-6 minutes. And Western Kentucky's going to call a timeout. So 23 on the shot clock, 48 on the game clock before halftime. We'll keep it right here. It has been a fun game, John. It has been back and forth. Each team has made some runs. Memphis has the largest run of the game at 10-0. But right now the lead just 2 for the Tigers.
Well, again, we've talked about defense all year long. Memphis gets into the transition game, and DeAndre Williams finishes it. But Memphis defense is what's given them an opportunity in this game. Again, turnovers have just been so difficult. We'll talk with Penny Hardaway about that later. But the effort's been good, and they've had to deal with adversity tonight. This has not gone as well for them as they would have liked. Yet they have kept their cool and hadn't panicked. And if you're Western Kentucky, outstanding first 20 minutes for the Hilltoppers from the Conference USA.
It's always a teaching moment for a coach, but you feel a lot better when that teaching moment is happening when your team wins. And Memphis here early in the season, hoping to go to 4-0. They've had trouble in some big losses early in the season, which kind of derailed them and put them behind the 8 ball. This is a very important game before they head off to Brooklyn and the Barclays Center next week for a Thanksgiving event that will feature some pretty good talent like Virginia Tech, Iowa State, Xavier.
Xavier had a fairly significant win over Ohio State.
They certainly did. McKnight just kind of shrugged Tyler Harris off him and knocks down the shot. So 9 now for McKnight. About a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. We're all tied at 38. Williams thought about it. Now back to Quinones. Tyler Harris looks at Penny Hardaway for the play. 10 on the shot clock. Still looking at him.
Well, it's going to be Harris because he's got it inside 5 seconds, so he's going to have to isolate, get a screen, and launch it.
He got a bad screen, but he went back to Williams, so maybe that was the play all along, and Williams misses the 3. Here comes McKnight from half court. Launches. That one's off the mark, and I'm not sure if Penny's happy with that shot selection there by DeAndre Williams, and we are all even Steven at the half. 38-38. The Tigers and Western Kentucky both shoot 56% from the field. But I don't have to tell Coach Penny Hardaway about the turnovers. Coach, again, 14 in the first half, and they were able to score 19 points off your turnovers.
Too much subbing.
Too much subbing?
Yep.
So you're going to cut down that rotation in the second half?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's talk about a positive. Jalen Durham was factor early, and I thought he had a big first half, 11.7 boards. He's a force inside when you get the ball.
He's ready to play. He's one of the few that's ready to play tonight. I'm glad he's here.
All right, Coach, best of luck to you in the second half. That is probably the shortest answer that Penny has ever given since he joined the University of Memphis. He is not happy, John.
Well, he's tired of making the same points. In practice, they go over this over and over again, and they came out lackluster handling the basketball, and it really put him behind the 8 ball early on. And there'll be a very stiff talking to in the Tiger locker room, and he's going to get the guys out there that are ready to play here in the second half.
20 minutes to decide this one. We're at halftime at FedEx Forum, all tied. Memphis and Western Kentucky even at 38. Memphis already back on the floor. Western Kentucky still in the locker room as we close in on the start of the second half with this game all even at 38. Let's take a look at some of the first half pictures for the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky, who shot 56%.
Well, they did a good job. Anderson from the outside. Mr. Frampton, one of the recipients of those wide open threes. McKnight, again, a good look in traffic. Good job by Josh Anderson, very versatile athlete. Good look by Jamarian Sharp, big 7'5" footer. And again, McKnight again in traffic, under control. See why he averages over 21 points in the story. Cam Justice in the first half, 10 points for him off the bench. Again, the 3-point shots just continue to fall. Nobody stops Justice all the way to the bucket. Ball movement good. Once again, replay. Cam Justice again from outside. Nice move by Jarius Hamilton inside. Good backdoor pass to Hamilton again. Little block by Sharp. Another block inside, and again, very solid defense for Western Kentucky. And again, Justice, 10 first-half points. He comes in averaging 3 on the season, leads the team in scoring here in the first 20 minutes. That's a big boost for Rick Stansbury.
Yeah, just one game for the newlywed, and he has 12 in the first half, as you mentioned. And watching the 7'5" center, Jamarian Sharp, usually you look at a guy that big, they're real awkward. He does not look that way.
Rick Stansbury talked with me yesterday, and he said, hey, the big guy, he can move. He's just got to get a little more consistent. We're still having to work with him on how to play the game, but he's very coachable, and he is very agile for a guy his size. Again, he's not gonna wow you with how he gets up and down the floor, but he's got some moves, and again, played very well in the first half in the minutes he was in there.
Not a ton of fouls in the first half. Nobody in trouble. 2 fouls for a couple of players for Western Kentucky, 2 for 3 of the Tigers, but nobody has 3 fouls. There were 16 total free throws shot in that first half. Memphis hit 7 of 9. Western Kentucky 3 of 7. Total rebounds, it was Memphis out-rebounding Western Kentucky 16-11. But again, the key to that first half was turnovers, although Western Kentucky almost matched Memphis turnover for turnover.
Well, the big story, Western Kentucky, they never let Memphis go on the big run. When they had the dry spell early in the game, they kept their composure, and when they have been open for three-point range, more times than not, they have found a way to make the bucket.
All right, Coach Rick Stansbury is making his way over to us. We'll get his headphones on. And, Coach, 56% shooting from the field. You forced 14 turnovers. How did you feel about your team's performance in the first 20 minutes?
Well, we're probably happy to be where we're at for the first 20 minutes, but unfortunately, there's 20 more minutes to play. We know how explosive, Memphis is. They explode on you like that. But for the most part, we controlled the flow of the game. Got to make some shots. We made some shots. We've kept them out of those runs, out transition a little bit. But again, they're so explosive at so many spots. 2 keys was our turnovers, points off turnovers, and offensive putbacks. They had 28 points out of their 38 turnovers and offensive rebounds. So that's a huge stat.
Coach, you and I talked yesterday about your team needing to score. I thought when you had the open look from 3, your kids really did a good job. 19 points off turnovers from Memphis. You converted when you needed to.
Yeah, we did. And again, we turned them over and we scored out of it. So both teams scored off of turnovers. But again, we got to see if we can do it for 20 more minutes. Do we have enough in us to do it for 20 more minutes and play at the poise we played with for that half?
All right, Coach, best of luck to you here in the second half. That's Coach Rick Stansbury, the head coach of Western Kentucky. Good, solid first half. If you like close basketball, we had a close first half. Each team had those runs. Western Kentucky had a 12-0 run. Memphis had a 10-0 run. The largest lead in the game, Western Kentucky owned John at 10. Memphis at one point owned a 7-point lead. And now, again, all even at 38.
Well, you know that Rick Stansbury's been around. Again, he's already talked about can we do it for 20 more minutes. But I'll tell you, the first 20 was impressive, well coached. And for Penny Hardaway, you got his sense, too. Very displeased. He's going to go with the guys that are ready to play the second half. I expect more fireworks here in the last 20 minutes.
So we saw Jaden Hardaway in the first half for Memphis, of course, the son of Tigers head coach Penny Hardaway. Rick's son, Noah Stansbury, has also played this year. So this is a rarity with both head coaches having their sons play for them.
Yeah, talked a little bit. I've talked with Penny about this before, and talking to Coach Stansbury yesterday, he said Noah just does the right things. He's learning, and he does what he's capable of doing. He's had to play because of the numbers, but he's very pleased with his son, and he says he knows what to do when he's asked to do it.
Same 5 that started the game on the floor for both Memphis and Western Kentucky, and the Tigers will have the basketball with Lester Quinones making the inbounds pass to Alex Lomax. He gets it back, and we're underway here in half number 2. Again, Western Kentucky comes in at 1-2, looking to get to 500. Memphis trying to stay unbeaten as they're 3-0. Lomax, the drive, and he draws the foul right away. He went right at big 6'9", 230-pound Jalen Butts.
Well, it sets the tone early that Memphis is going to attack the rim, try to take it right at Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky really used a lot of their 2-3 zone and that half-court trap to keep Memphis kind of off balance in the first half. Alex Lomax listed at 6 feet, going right up against 6'9" Jalen Butts. Lomax wins that battle at the free throw line, however, unable to convert the first attempt. Got to make those free throws when you have a chance.
Memphis on the season 62.6%. It's Alo's first miss of the night. He was 2 for 2 in the first half. One more for the senior out of Memphis. Played for Penny at East High School, and he rolls in the second.
Tigers get a chance after the made free throw to get into full court pressure.
So 4 lead changes. 3 times this game has been tied, including at half, and now Memphis with the first point in the second 20.
Boy, Lomax really denying McKnight the ball.
Frampton in trouble. He almost got a 5-second call there. McKnight somehow got it to Hamilton. He brings down a little rain inside FedEx Forum with his second triple, and that's now 12 for Jarius Hamilton, who averages 15.
Well, Western Kentucky's had the answer every time. They'll fall back into that 2-3 zone. Memphis got to recognize it. Get ball movement, not necessarily dribbling against the zone, normally the recipe.
10 on the shot clock for Williams, trying to back down Butts, and that ball got deflected. Lomax gets it back, but 5 on the shot clock. Duren, great wraparound pass, and he's unable to knock it down, but out of nowhere, DeAndre Williams gets the high-flying tip-in.
Nice effort.
11 now for Williams, and we're tied again at 41.
Like the determination from both these teams, really showing a lot of grit.
Lomax tipped it from behind, stole it from McKnight. And what's good for the goose is good for the gander, unfortunately. McKnight hits blocked by Duren. What hustle by Jalen Duren. They're going to call a foul, I believe, and McKnight is down.
But they're talking about it's going to be a foul or goaltending. I think they're going to call a foul.
In the meantime, the leading scorer for Western Kentucky is down. Oh, that looks clean. I mean, that really looked clean.
Well, the effort was fantastic from Duren. Looked like McKnight was going to have a wide open shot, and actually Frampton did a good job of getting in Duren's way just enough, I thought, to slow him down. Give Duren credit for the hustle.
Well, good news for McKnight. He's on his feet. Hopefully he'll be okay. Terrific young man, terrific player. Yeah, great hustle, as you mentioned, by Duren, and it looked to be pretty clean.
Yeah, the basket's going to be called goaltending. It's good, and here's a three-point play chance for McKnight.
Wow. Unable to
actually,
convert.
Wow.
So, John, did they count that bucket or not?
Yeah, I think it was counted, and Memphis didn't realize that it was only a 1 free throw and were called for travel. I think that's what just occurred.
Yeah, they got Western Kentucky with 5 points in the second half. So, yes, they counted the bucket.
I don't think Memphis realized it was a one free throw, and they thought it was 2 and just kind of casually walked with the ball. It's a turnover.
Hamilton had it stripped by Quinones. Memphis looking to tie or take the lead with a long one. Just underway in the second half from FedEx Forum in Memphis. Lomax, dribble drive, great penetration. And Alo making his presence felt early in the second half. Then he knocks it away from McKnight. So tied at 43.
Lomax doing a good job of hounding McKnight. Again, McKnight's got to handle the pressure. He's the leading scorer on the season, and he's also got to play good defense and distribute. So you're asking him to do a lot of things energy-wise against just a relentless sea of different Tiger defenders.
Tigers showed full court pressure. Now they back away. We talked about Memphis unforced errors. John, that's one of the weirdest turnovers you'll ever see in the confusion on that last trip. Duren got a block. McKnight got it back, though. Hamilton for 3. Butts got the rebound and knocked out of his hands and out of bounds, and the Memphis fans thought he lost it. 20 seconds for Western Kentucky.
Well, the energy and the effort level is fantastic for both these clubs. They are both competing at a really high clip. Execution hadn't been always the best, but effort has been outstanding in this ball game for both teams.
10 on the shot clock for Butts, working one-on-one against Duren. A little strong off the window, and the loose ball goes into the hands of Jalen Duren.
Smart play by Duren. Just let the body do all the work there. Didn't have to reach out or block it or anything.
11 and 9 for Duren. Let's see if Memphis can get Amani Bates on track. Had a long 3, and that was it in the first half. A fall away. That is a tough shot, but that is a big-time shot by Imani Bates, who now has 5, averaging a team-leading 16 per game.
Well, in addition to making the shot, he wanted to take the shot. That tells you a lot about the young man.
McKnight, by the way, looks fine on that wheel. Came down gingerly, looks good. Butts over Duren, spins out. And Williams, who's given Memphis a big lift, gets his 6th rebound to go along with 11 points. Quinones drive.
Nice.
Dipsy-doo goes off the window for Lester Quinones. And once again, well, Memphis ups their lead to 4. Hamilton's really demanding the ball. He has a height advantage over Lomax, but maybe not a toughness advantage. Yale's as tough as they come. And Western Kentucky will turn it over. That's the 15th against the Hilltoppers. So Memphis with 16-15 now for Western Kentucky. Earl Timberlake will check back in for Memphis, and she'll give Alex Lomax a breather, but good minutes from the senior.
Yes, he's doing exactly what Penny Hardaway wants him to do, run the floor, play good defense, and had a couple of nice baskets here in the second half.
6-0 run for the Tigers over the last couple of minutes. Quinones no, and a strong rebound by Jamarian Sharp, who's just checked back in.
Good look. That's an acceptable shot out of the Tigers offense. Just didn't go.
McKnight pulls up over Dern, left it short. Boy, Sharp is doing a nice job.
Nice steal by Williams.
Bates lost it. McKnight gets it back.
Catch the ball first before you leave.
Hamilton open 3, no. Sharp took it out of Bates' hand. And Timberlake fights for the loose ball. And a foul's going to be called against Hamilton. So each team sensing a W. Western Kentucky sensing a big upset. 15:48 to go here at FedEx Forum. A timeout on the floor. Memphis leads by 4, 47-43. Memphis on a 6-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes.
Alo, Alex Lomax with a couple of baskets in the first half. Monty Bates with a big shot. He's got a couple of buckets in the game, but willing to take it. And Lester Quinones at 6'5" can still go inside. Nice move by Quinones. The Tigers have found themselves up by 4, 47-43. Good effort to start the second half for both clubs, but the Tigers on top here in a tight one.
Hilltoppers have missed their last 7 shots from the field, and they've turned it over 4 times in the last 3:41. Memphis applying that pressure. Malcolm Dandridge has checked in. And we'll keep a tally on how deep Penny goes. He said to us at halftime that the turnovers were a result of him going to the substitutions too often, and he would tighten the rotation here in the second half. And Western Kentucky remains in that 2-3. Timberlake may have taken an extra step there. Williams got an open 3. Foul on the loose ball, and it'll stay Memphis's way, and that foul will go against Sharp. That'll be the 3rd against the Hilltoppers in the second half. Memphis has committed 1. Wow! How about Earl Timberlake? No denying him that time. Baseline drive in the finish by Timberlake for his second bucket.
Tough play in traffic.
Memphis with a 6-point lead. Their largest in the first half was 7. Tough take by Anderson. And they're going to call an offensive foul. Will they count the bucket, though? Nope, they wave off the bucket, and an offensive foul will go against Anderson. That'll be his 3rd personal foul. Rick Stansbury is livid.
Well, what he's going to talk about is that Timberlake came in underneath after Anderson had already left the floor, but it doesn't matter. It's going to go against Western Kentucky, and the Tigers' chance to add to their 6-point lead.
Bates guarded by McKnight. Bates dribble drive, looking for the alley-oop to Dandridge, and it's blocked from behind by Sharp. Sharp just timed that perfectly.
Just don't plan on 7-5 being in there too often.
Memphis just 1 of 9, by the way, from long distance, and that went out of bounds. Unforced error there by Justice, who's checked into the game. Boy, what a lift he gave Rick Stansbury in the first half.
Larry Brown at 81, very active on the Tigers sideline, imploring the Tigers to pick it up, and DeAndre Williams heard him and delivered.
What a pass by Earl Timberlake. That had some length on that bounce pass. Williams' best game of the year so far. McKnight misses the shot. Memphis on a 10-0 run over the last 4. Looking to add. They have their largest lead at 8. Bates, great feed, and another finish by Timberlake. And Rick Stansbury timeout. And when we talked to Rick, this is exactly what he was worried about. 20 minutes is one thing. Playing 40 minutes of basketball is another. Memphis on a 12-0 run. 14:05 to play. We have a timeout on the floor at FedEx Forum. The 11th ranked team in the nation has opened up a 10-point lead, 53-43. Memphis on a 12-0 run over the last 4 and change, and now they own their largest lead at 10. And Earl Timberlake, DeAndre Williams, key minutes tonight for those players.
Yeah, best outing of the season for Earl Timberlake. He's got 6 in this game. Good assists. And DeAndre Williams, he's got 13 to lead all Tigers scoring. Monty Bates, nice no-look pass to Timberlake. Again, good strong finish for Earl Timberlake. His best outing as a Tiger to date.
Williams 13 and 7. Duran has 11 and 9, so double-double watch for Memphis. Landers Nolly makes his first appearance in the second half. So if we're adding correctly, Penny has gone to the bench for 3 players in the second half. Earl Timberlake, Malcolm Dandridge, and Landers Nolly. The score is 53-43 Memphis. We apologize, lost the bug here for a moment. We're working on that, but the Tigers by 10. I'll keep you up to date with the score. Good pressure from Memphis. Wide open 3. And Frampton, who's struggled from beyond the arc this season, drills his second of the game, and Western Kentucky needed that one right out of the timeout. 53-46, Memphis by 7.
Well, Western Kentucky, to their credit, when Memphis has made the run, they have had to answer every time so far in this ball game.
Again, that's a player getting up in the air and nowhere to go with this. Timberlake commits the turnover. In the meantime, a scoop and score for Anderson. That's a mini 4-0 run for the Hilltoppers to pull back to within 5. 53-48, 13-11 to play.
And exactly what you expect from Rick Stanbury's team. Keeps their composure, their poise, and come out quickly, execute out of the timeout.
Bates, open 3, a long-range 3, and he overshot it. Didn't even draw rim on that one. Bates is 1 of 5 from 3. Just 2 of 7 from the field. Justice, another 3. That's 3 triples for Justice, and he has been electric tonight. It's 53-51 Memphis with 12:40 to play.
8-0 run after that timeout, all Western Kentucky since we resumed play.
Game of runs. Memphis on a 12-0 run, and as John mentioned, out of the timeout, now 8-0 run, and nearly a steal by Josh Anderson. Turnovers even at 18. Points off turnovers pretty even. Western Kentucky 2 better than Memphis, 23-21. So basically the turnovers have been a push.
Well, just too many for Memphis all season long, and Penny Hardaway, as he talked about, going to shorten his rotation somewhat and looking for guys that are ready to play.
Quinones with 8 on the shot clock. Nolly for 3.
Good effort by Quinones. Good try.
He knocks it out of bounds. He was battling the 7'5" big man, Jamarian Sharp.
Quinones is 6'5". He's giving up a foot inside and still found a way to get his hand on it. Couldn't get it to go his way, but good effort.
Memphis fans not happy. They saw the replay. Western Kentucky with the ball as we approach 12 to play, down 2, 53-51. So a chance to tie it or take the lead with a long one. Boy, Sharp was wide open under the net and they didn't recognize him. And then Justice and Sharp not on the same page, as that's turnover number 19 for the Hilltoppers. Doug Schaus, the crew chief, comes over, talks to a couple of the fans right to our left here about that last one.
He's fun. Always has a comment here or there. Good-natured official. Does a good job. Western Kentucky going to drop back into 2-3 zone.
Jaden Hardaway in the game, so that's the 4th off the bench for Memphis. And they got basically 2 guys who can run the point in Timberlake and Lomax, who checks back in. Nolly, dribble. Timberlake, oh, great lead for Dandridge. Goes to the right hand, no. Got it back, Dandridge. A lot of contact. They say it deflected off Western Kentucky. It'll be Memphis basketball. Things are getting really physical and really interesting. 11:34 to play in the second half. The 11th ranked team in the nation, the Memphis Tigers, on the ropes. They lead Western Kentucky by a deuce, 53-51. It's It's been a game of runs. Western Kentucky currently on an 8-0 run.
Luke Frampton finds the range for 3 points. Western Kentucky on the night just under 50% for 3-point range. Nice job by Josh Anderson in traffic, and the guy we talked about quite a bit, Cam Justice. 5 for 6 for Justice on the night, 3 or 4 from 3-point range, and that's got Western Kentucky within 2 with 11:34 left in the game.
Cameron Justice tied with DeAndre Williams of Memphis for scoring honors, each with 13. And again, Justice, who just got married, has played in 1 game, scored 3 points. He has been huge tonight for Western Kentucky. You mentioned the 3-point percentage for Western Kentucky, just under 50. They've hit 8. Memphis has hit 1. They're 1 of 11. So Western Kentucky's outscored Memphis from the arc by 21 points, yet Memphis still has a 2-point lead.
Ball movement, Western Kentucky in a zone. Got to recognize it, move the ball, don't handle and dribble. They got to get their offense.
5 on the shot clock. Timberlake, the hesitation, the drive high off the window. Got it back, laid it in. Never
Good effort
give
by
up.
Timberlake. Good effort. Second effort is rewarded. That gets Memphis back in the scoring column. Got a couple minutes there without a bucket.
Yeah, breaks the run by the Hilltoppers. And Earl Timberlake, 8 points on 4 of 6 shooting. 11 to play here at FedEx Forum alongside John Albright. I'm Greg Gaston. So glad you spend part of your Tuesday or make that Friday with us. There's a whistle before the play. That's going to be a foul against Dandridge on a hold. Of course, Tuesday we were broadcasting Memphis and St. Louis. Tigers certainly got a challenge from the Billikens, but not the challenge they're getting tonight from the Hilltoppers. Jalen Duren will check back in. He'll replace Malcolm Dandridge. Duren with 11 points, 9 rebounds, so he's a board away from another double-double. Once again, Rick Stansbury not going deep into his bench, and he just doesn't have all those players available. So Duren with that rebound will have the double-double. Hardaway from 3. And Jaden Hardaway has 6. He had a 3-point play in the first half and now has a triple. 7-point lead for Memphis, 58-51. Each team has led at 1 point by 10. Justice lost where the ball was. Memphis has the break. Timberlake behind the defense, and he is fouled hard to the floor by Frampton. Again, that was a dangerous full-court pass, and Penny Hardaway is telling Landers Nolley exactly that. It was 2 defenders back. Looks like Earl will be okay. They just chucked it down. They had to get it over a 7'5" big man.
Yeah, that's tough to catch in traffic. Give Timberlake credit. He's tough enough to go in there and take some contact and still get it going in his direction. And once again, Memphis transition chance here, which is going to culminate at the free throw line.
Hilltoppers with 5 team fouls now with 10-12 to play in the second half. Memphis just 2. So Timberlake has been a difference maker in this his 4th game with Memphis, the transfer from the University of Miami. Coming in just averaging 2.7 points and shooting 30% from the field.
Well, again, his best game as a Tiger by far. He's had some nice moments scoring, obviously, and then made some nice assists and some defensive plays. Makes both.
So he's in the double figures. 13 for DeAndre Williams, 11 for Jalen Duren, 12 now for Earl Timberlake for Memphis. Cameron Justice, 13. And Davion McKnight has 11. Nearly a turnover. Frampton tried to go over Duren. Sharp to put back, no. Just another steal. Frampton open corner 3. McKnight had it taken away by Hardaway. Really good defense there.
Well, Rick Stansbury all very upset about no call. He felt there was contact in that strip.
Nolley no-look pass. Duren gets fouled off a great feed from Earl Timberlake. Now that was a great pass. Both Nolley and Timberlake finding the extra man, and Duren will go to the free throw line. But these full-court passes by Memphis, I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, just not going to get away with that at this level. Memphis attacking. Good pass Duren, very rarely will you see him have to alter his shot from in there, but Jamarian Sharp at 7'5" is going to make you do that.
Yeah, Sharp left his man for a second, which was Duren, and then he was slow to react and then fouls Duren. So 3 fouls now on Sharp and 16 fouls now against Western Kentucky. Next one puts Memphis in the bonus. Of course, this is in the act, and Duren will shoot 2.
It should be Duren's first points here in the second half.
It is.
So kind of role reversal. The last 2 games, really not much in the first half. Big second half this time. Very solid first half. 11.7 boards and first points, as we mentioned, here in the second half for Duren.
Jarius Hamilton checks back in for Western Kentucky, replacing Cameron Justice. And Duren, boy, he has a sweet stroke. And you brought that up in our game against St. Louis, how the big guy just, you're not penalized by the big guy getting fouled. He can make free throws. Alley-oop for Sharp. That was well done. A great setup by Luke Frampton. And Jamarian Sharp's been impressive. He has 4, 62-53. Nolly in traffic. That was deflected. Then Duren came over the top, but right to McKnight. Frampton dribble drive. The floater doesn't go. And a loose ball, they're going to call that on Timberlake. That'll be the 3rd against Earl.
Well, McKnight had the inside position, and even though he's given up some size, McKnight 6'1" and Timberlake 6'6". McKnight has the good position. There's the inside position. You're going to see Timberlake come over the back. Easy call.
John, not sure if you know this, but you can't teach height.
I heard that somewhere.
Yeah, and it's tough with a guy who's 7'5".
Well, I think he's done a good job in this game. He's been a factor.
I agree. Justice well off the screen over Duren. Wow. Cameron Justice. That is his 4th triple. They are now 9 of 19. They came in shooting 27% from beyond the arc. They will not go away. 62-56, nearly a turnover. Fans wanted a foul and a push. Hardaway drives baseline.
Not going to get that shot.
But Duren gets it back. That was altered by Sharp.
Yep. Sharp's causing some problems as a rim protector at the Tigers' offensive end. They're not used to that. It's competition they've seen so far.
Well, last year against Western Kentucky in South Dakota, it was Charles Bassey who did that type of damage. Duren comes out, blocks the shot.
Cam Justice that time didn't recognize the reach, and the Tigers almost throw it away again.
See, instead of waiting for a pass, that's when a guard, especially a veteran like Alex Lomax, needs to go back there and get it from Duren, the freshman big man.
Well, Penny Hardaway has talked about his positionless approach, which basically means guys aren't tied to a particular position, and anybody has the ability to bring the ball to the floor. That may be reduced. He talked about that pregame, depending on how they handle the turnover number. And again, that has been a problem. 19 turns for Memphis, and we've still got 8:14 to go.
Rick Stansbury giving the international sign to communicate for his team, to talk, to help each other in this 2-3 zone, which has been pretty effective. Lomax will pull up. Justice blocked it. Again, that's not his game. Driving to the hole is, but Memphis will get another opportunity. 12 on the shot clock, 8:01 on the game clock here in the second half as Imani Bates will check back into the game. And he will replace Jaden Hardaway. So Lomax, Bates, Williams, Duren, Nolly on the floor for Memphis.
Plenty of time on the shot clock, 12 seconds. As you got time to get in your offense, get a couple good looks.
Williams doubled, kind of trapped, and he throws it away. McKnight to the streaking Justice, who just got back into the game. Blocked from behind by Lomax. And then Williams, they got to call a foul there, and they will. And that'll be Hamilton, and that will be his 3rd foul. But what hustle by Alex Lomax and Rick Stansbury. He wants him to take a look at that, but look at that hustle by the senior Alex Lomax.
Yeah, the effort was good. Couldn't tell right then. Once that ball is either in the cylinder or it's coming down, then that's goaltending. Couldn't tell from that angle.
Fans not happy. 7:49 remaining in the second half. Timeout on the floor at FedEx Forum. A technical has been called. 62-56 Memphis. So a technical foul was called on the last play before the timeout. Here it is. as they called that a clean block. But, John, you believe that was goaltending?
Yeah, that was. It was coming down. And, again, there's a foul that occurs later on after that. So there'll be free throws for that. But Rick Stansbury saw on the sidelines that he was livid. And
that's a big swing.
Oh, it is. It's now, you give Lomax a lot of credit for the all-out hustle and effort. And, again, you're losing nothing. I mean, go ahead and try to take the block. But that's a big that's a big play to go against Western Kentucky. And again, Coach Stansbury unhappy about it. Happened right in front of him. He was clear on the side. We'll see how his team handles it.
Well, if the shot counted, it would have been 62-58. Instead, Stansbury called for the technical, and then a foul was called as well. So here's Landers Nolly shooting the tee.
So we'll shoot that first, and then we'll shoot the free throws on the foul later on.
Wow. Nolly 80% from the free throw line. He'll get another one. Memphis for the game, 12 of 15 from the free throw line. Make it 12 of 16 now. Western Kentucky, 3 of 8. And Nolly splits the 2. Just 3 points for Landers.
And then here comes the 1-and-1, the foul that resulted later on.
So again, if that bucket counted, which it did appear it was goaltending, it would have been a 4-point game. Instead now it's 7, and Williams 1-and-1. 8 fouls now against Western Kentucky. Memphis has only committed 3 with 7:49 to play in the second half. Williams has been tremendous, 13 points and 8 rebounds. Unable to knock it down. Did Duren knock it off? Yes, he did. He knocked it off the leg of Josh Anderson. So another chance for Memphis to add to their 7-point lead.
Free throws so important in a game this tightly contested.
So Lomax will set up Memphis in a half court. Williams has a wide open 3 on the wing. Short.
Western Kentucky's going to be okay with Memphis taking those long shots. They have not found the range from three-point area all night consistently, and they'll live with that shot.
Williams commits the foul, but just the 4th on Memphis. Well, you're not kidding about that. Memphis is 2 of 14 from beyond the arc, shooting 14%. Meanwhile, Western Kentucky at 45%, 9 of 20. And then we got something else going on away from the inbounds play, and they're going to call.
They're going to get justice, I believe, and
yes, it'll be.
I think both of them are going to get it for talking to one another.
Yeah, dual fouls. Yeah, it'll be Justice and Williams.
Yep.
So for Williams, that will be his 3rd. So he has 3, and for Justice, that will be only his 1st.
Now the players have to adjust. The officials are telling them too much verbiage, too much physical play, so you got to adjust.
Hamilton trying to back down Justice, the up and under, but Duren came over to help, and then Duren fouls Sharp. Boy, Sharp really is impressive. He can move for a big man. He got into position, and Duren, not much he could do. He reaches out, commits his 3rd foul.
Sharp is earning some additional playing time. Obviously, with the short numbers, that's important anyway, but good job in traffic. Sharp's going to find it. There's Duren out of position, reaches over, no doubt about the call.
Sharp misses the first, he'll get one more. And the way Sharp has been playing, Butts, who was saddled with a 3rd foul early in the second half, has not come back into the game. It's been a quiet night, but Sharp has been so effective. But not effective there on those free throws. And Duren corrals yet another rebound. That should be his 13th, 13 and 13. Nolly pulls up inside the arc. Duren, another rebound, and he gets fouled on the putback.
Yeah, just too strong that time. Duren inside. Hamilton picks up the foul. Good follow by Jalen Durham. Good anticipation, position. Now you got to go to the free throw line and finish.
And that is 4 now on Jarius Hamilton, who is the 2nd leading scorer in this game for Western Kentucky with 12. 4 fouls for Hamilton. We'll see what Rick Stansbury does with 6:57 to play. In the meantime, Duren working on a monster game. He has 13 points and 14 rebounds. 2 big free throws here. Makes the first. Lester Quinones will check back in for Memphis to give DeAndre Williams a spell.
So often big guys have a flatter free throw shot because they're taller and they don't bend their knees. You want to bend your knees and have some rotation in case it didn't go through clean. It stays on the rim longer. Also, you like that it's a little softer than the line drive.
Duran 6 of 9.
My fault. Sorry to Dirk jinxed him there.
The old broadcaster.
But again, his shot's a little flatter because he's 6'11".
Memphis lead is 8. Their largest 11.
Trying to find McKnight a way to come off the screen. That ball just ricochets off of him.
And that'll be turnover number 21 for Western Kentucky. One more than Memphis.
Exactly. No expression by McKnight. Just kind of a deep breath and got to have a short memory on a play like that. Plenty of time still for Western Kentucky.
Frampton is back in the game. He does replace Jarius Hamilton, who has the 4 fouls. We'll see when he comes back in. Lomax lost it off his leg.
Getting dribbling against the zone.
42 combined turnovers in this one. 6:29 to play. This one's still in doubt. Memphis being taken to the limit by the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. Lost their last game to South Carolina 75-64, an SEC opponent. Of course, Memphis has 4 SEC opponents coming up in the not too distant future.
Well, Memphis really in the midst of a big run here after tonight.
Frampton, no. And then, boy, what a rebound by McKnight. Second chance opportunity. Anderson off the mark. 6 to play. Bates got it stolen. McKnight, Justice behind the defense. Goes to the reverse. Boy, that was pretty. Cameron Justice.
What a night for Justice.
How happy is Rick Stansbury that he got an extra year of eligibility? Again, this guy began the year as a grad assistant.
Well, his coach talked about that yesterday. Said, hey, he probably appreciates things a little more just because being out of it for a while, now coming back again. An unforced mistake again by Memphis.
Duran tries to pass out of the double team, and he sails it over Bates' outstretched arms and into the second row of the high rent district. 5.5 to play. Memphis by 6.
Well, Memphis is going to find out for the first time all year going down the stretch what it's like to be in a game.
That's an unforced error. That just slipped out of McKnight's hands, and when it landed and got caught, it was back on the other side of half court. Wow.
Now, so important for Memphis in who's taking the shots and where the shots are coming from. You want to get a good look. You don't have to settle for a long three-point shot, particularly early in the shot clock if you don't want to. Try to get that ball inside if you can, or, you know, move the ball from side to side to get a good look.
Well, Bates will take the 3. Nope, he's had an off night for the first time in his young career, and it's out of bounds to Western Kentucky. I'll be interested to see if Penny Hardaway goes back to Earl Timberlake, who was so big for them earlier in the half. There's a good look at Anthony Penny Hardaway, looking for win number 67. 3 straight 20-win season. Of course, last year Memphis winning the NIT championship. Western Kentucky went to the quarterfinals before losing to Louisiana Tech. McKnight with just 11, somewhat quiet, but 7 rebounds and 4 assists.
That's a tough pass in traffic.
Is. Yeah, a lot of legs and knees in the way, so another turnover for the Hilltoppers.
Boy, Nolly on the wing, really asking for it down on the baseline, rather, not the wing.
Duran, tough shot.
No, that's not the shot you want. Western Kentucky will live with that all night long. Aside from making the shot, it takes Duran out of rebounding position.
A little bit out of his range. Out of bounds off Memphis. So Western Kentucky getting a chance to cut into this deficit, trailing by 6. Memphis averaging nearly 90 points per game. Only 64. Western Kentucky at 71 a game at 58. A lot of turnovers, good defense as well. Lomax stole it. 5-on-1. And the finish by Duran. Wow, only one defender got back.
That may be a function of just the numbers being tired a little bit, because you're right, nobody got back.
Justice misses the 3. Duran, a monster. Another rebound. Duran now with 16 points to go along with 15 rebounds.
That's a big sequence. You're never going to see a 5-on-1 break like that, generally speaking. And then Memphis does get back in time, and a chance really to give a little breathing room here.
Nolly, a lot of contact. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Landers Nolly, and that will be his third. Memphis over the limit. 3:46 to play in the second half. Memphis, the 11th ranked team in the nation, clinging to an 8-point lead over Western Kentucky. Memphis assisting on more than half of their buckets, thanks in part to high percentage shots like that one.
Jalen Durham, points 15 and 16 on the night. That's a 5-on-1 break. Good decision by Alex Lomax to get it to the big guy. 16 points, 15 boards, and 5 blocks. Well, just your average night out for freshman Jalen Durham.
13 assists, 25 made buckets for Memphis.
But plenty of time, and this game is going down to the wire. You have to give Western Kentucky and Rick Stansbury a tremendous amount of credit to come in here, 11th ranked team in the country, and they have given Memphis all they wanted.
I have always been impressed with his ability to coach. Lomax nearly got a steal. The foul situation, Western Kentucky 10 fouls, so the Tigers shooting 2 the rest of the way. Memphis has committed 7, so Western Kentucky is in the bonus, still a 1-and-1 situation. Quinones on the floor with Lomax, Bates, Duran, and Nolly for Memphis.
It's a nice job by the official. He just told everybody 8 seconds now. You lost 2 seconds on the shot on the time clock to get it across half court, not a factor.
Justice Frampton, McKnight, Sharp, and Jarius Hamilton with his 4 fouls on the floor for Western Kentucky.
Get a lot of movement, a lot of high screens.
Justice off the screen. Long rebound for McKnight, and Lomax fouled him from behind. That'll be the 3rd on Lomax, and that'll be a 1-and-1 for Western Kentucky with 3:23 to play, down 8.
McKnight has spent a lot of energy against harassing Tiger defenders, primarily in the form of Alex Lomax, on the season, better than an 80% free throw shooter, but he's spent a lot of energy out there on the floor tonight.
Well, he misses,
and I think that's a result of it.
He's 3 of 7.
Yeah.
3 of 7 from the free throw line. That is unlike Davion McKnight. Big miss there. Memphis now will take a little air out of the ball. So we approach 3 to play in the second half. 10 on the shot clock now for Memphis.
Got to get into it, otherwise you're going to shoot a desperation shot.
And they will. Quinones, no, it's going to be Nolly, top of the key. That's his range, in and out. Rebound, Duran. Got it blocked, got it back, missed. May have been altered. Duran gets a rebound. The putback, yes, what a monster game for Jalen Duran. Another rebound and a bucket. 3 for a quarter there for Memphis, and they capitalize to go back up 10. Justice, no. Sharp, the emphatic rebound, and the putback. Wow. What's not to like about Jamarian Sharp, the way he can move at 7'5"? Are you kidding me?
Well, not sure what he's done before tonight, but he's been impressive on the floor when he's been out there. I think he's found some additional playing time in Rick Stansbury's lineup.
Memphis by 8. And Duran with another monster jam. What a pass. They haven't all worked out for Memphis with their 24 turnovers, but that one was a thing of beauty.
Now, if you're Memphis, you don't want to foul, and you limit Western Kentucky to 1 shot. Don't bail them out with a foul, particularly as the shot clock runs down.
Sharp, great pass. And then Nolly nearly got the block, but he got a little bit of the hand as well of Hamilton, who was trying to pack that one. But another great pass from Sharp, and it'll be 2 free throws. Western Kentucky not done yet. But Jalen Duran is putting on a show. It's not been a great night for his fellow freshman Amani Bates. We have not seen Josh Minot, another terrific freshman, here in the second half. But Jalen Duran, 7 of 11 from the field, 6 of 9 from the free throw, 20 points, and 17 rebounds as Hamilton makes the first.
If he makes the second, expect full court pressure to be employed by Western Kentucky. Still enough time, plenty of possessions left.
Offensive defensive switch for Rick Stansbury as he'll bring in Josh Anderson, replacing Luke Frampton. 1 more for Hamilton, who has 13. Make it 14.
Full court pressure expected. Here it comes. Getting the ball in the middle of the floor, so critical. Nice job by Tigers press break.
Lomax double team, needs some help, got it stripped. Stolen by Anderson. Anderson tried to get it to McKnight. He's able to save it. Open three for Hamilton, in and out. Duran saves it to Quinones. What hustle all night from Duran. Minute 20 to play. Quinones over Sharp.
Nice.
He'll draw the foul. Sharp got hit in the face, and Quinones will go to the free throw line to shoot two.
Again, Quinones at 6'5", he can go inside. You know, he's not going to have to back away, and he's athletic enough to figure out a way to get that shot off against the taller Jamarian Sharp.
Boy, that got Larry Brown off his feet. Or on his feet, I should say, off the bench, as he was emphatic, screaming at one of the Tigers. In fact, it's Amani Bates. He's telling him exactly what he needs to do. And you listen when Larry Brown is barking out something to you. You can see that at the top of your screen there. The Hall of Famer.
Again, here comes Quinones right at you. May have gotten away with an off arm, shielding a little bit, but contact clearly occurs. And he made the first free throw.
And he makes the second. Half dozen for Lester Quinones. Lead back to 10. Minute 15 to play. Largest lead for Memphis has been 11. Western Kentucky now needs nothing short of a miracle, but they have played their tails off tonight here in Memphis. Hamilton open, top of the key three.
Good block out.
Guess who got the rebound there?
What, does that not surprise me?
That should be his 19th rebound. Contact there, but no call.
Oh, lazy pass.
Boy, Lomax, that's a senior making these passes. Anderson lays it up, off the mark. How did that not go? And now 43 seconds to go. And a timeout called by Penny Hardaway. 20 points, 19 rebounds by Jalen Duran. So we got a timeout on the floor, 41.5 seconds to play. Memphis, it hasn't been comfortable, but they've increased the lead to 10. 72-62, Memphis.
Wow.
Look at that. That's why he doesn't. So we're going to keep it right here. 72-62, timeout call, 30-second timeout. We're looking at the numbers here. And the turnovers for Memphis, you expect to a certain degree some of the young guys to make mistakes. Bates is learning the position. He has 4. Duran's got 5, but he also has 20 points and 19 rebounds. Alex Lomax, who's done some nice things tonight, he has 4 assists and 3 rebounds, but he has 6 turnovers, and a bunch of them are coming here late in this game when they're trying to put it away.
Yeah, unexpected.
He's a captain. You can't have that from a guy like Alex Lomax.
But Memphis has just clearly had too many mistakes, with just unforced mistakes, and like I said, lazy passes or leaving your feet. It's not been great in that area. The one thing that has been good is they competed. And Jalen Duran, the freshman, I mean, what a night. Double-double, 20 points, 19 rebounds, a slew of blocks, 5 blocks. He has been effective at both ends. And Western Kentucky with an outstanding effort. Still chance, 41-5 with the three-point shot. You're not out of it, but a lot of things have to go just right. Now, if Memphis will make free throws and not turn it over, it becomes pretty tough mathematically here soon to make up that kind of deficit. But enough time in today's three-point era to do it for Western Kentucky.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Hilltoppers are in a little cold spell now. They've missed 6 of their last 7 shots, but they have outscored Memphis by 21 at the three-point line. Lomax nearly got it stolen again. Got a double team.
Got to get rid of it. He's allowing the double team to get into him. Got to beat it with the pass quickly.
36 seconds to go. 22 on the shot clock, and Memphis in the double bonus. Duran, the flush, and probably the finish to this game. What a pass from Quinones. Duran fills the lane. And what more can you say about Jalen Duran? Under 30 to play, that's going to do it. Memphis by 12. McKnight had it stolen, and then Lomax does make a big-time play there as he throws it off the foot of McKnight. It's been a frustrating night, to say the least, for Davion McKnight with just 11 points. Only 8 shot attempts, and he's made 4, but has missed 4 free throws. He does have 8 rebounds and 4 assists.
Well, I do think Memphis' harassing defense just eventually wears you down. He is the primary ball handler for Western Kentucky, and he's had a lot on him. And even though Rick Stansbury's club's going to come up short, this is an outstanding effort and very good things on the horizon for them, particularly in the Conference USA season.
And for Memphis to get ready to go to Brooklyn and the Barclays Center and the NIT tip-off where the competition is taken up a notch, this is the type of game they probably need.
Well, they do. It's probably not what they wanted, but you're right. It's what they needed. They were tested. They were down by double digits for the first time. The first half, they were trailed most of the first half. Had to find a way to get it together, and Western Kentucky gave a battle all the way to the end. So they were tested. They found out that they do have what it takes. And again, exactly the start that Penny Hardaway would like. 4-0 on this young season for the Tigers.
Memphis did a good job on the boards. They out-rebounded Western Kentucky 44-30. And again, the turnovers were ugly for both teams. Really a push. Memphis 26 turnovers, Western Kentucky 25. Memphis actually scored more points off Western Kentucky's turnovers, 27, than Western Kentucky did, 25. So again, that one is pretty much a push. They got beat, the Tigers did, on the three-point line, but it didn't come back to haunt them. For the game, they hold Western Kentucky under 40% shooting. Western Kentucky, deep into this first half, and really into the second half, they were shooting 60+% from the field. So Memphis tightened that defense and did a much better job.
Greg, I think depth has got a lot to do with that. Memphis with a much deeper rotation, even though it was shortened in the second half. Again, Western Kentucky only basically with 9 guys that were able to play, and Stansbury didn't play. So you only had 8 guys basically playing for Western Kentucky most of the night. Eventually, that relentless defense just wears you down.
Tigers end up 22 free throws. They make 16. Western Kentucky made just 5 of 13. And joining us, the player of the game, Jalen Duren, who goes for 22 points, 19 rebounds, a monster game. But Jalen, you guys were in a tussle, which I think can only help this team moving forward.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was good for the team to kind of go up against a good ball club like Western Kentucky, just to kind of feel like, especially going into Brooklyn, playing against those high-level teams. It was good to kind of see what that was like, see what it was like to go against a team that really pressure us, that it kind of got like the same amount of talent we got. They got good enough shooters, good enough ball handlers like we got. But I mean, I feel like it was good for us to have that type of game.
Jalen, as a freshman, you're very patient. You don't seem to worry about getting touches, and the game comes to you. You're very patient with that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I never worry about I know what type of team we got, honestly. I'm just blessed to be on this type of team with this many guys, this much talent. I know for a fact that if I just do my thing, we can win. And that's what I try to do. I try to be the hustle guy, the guy who kind of goes after every block, try to rebound as much as I can, try to play as much defense as I can. I know the offense is going to find me. We got some of the best scorers in the country.
Well, I know I speak for a lot of Tiger fans. They like seeing you when you get that ball.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
One last thing for you, Jalen. Coach Hardaway came over to us at halftime, was very short on his words. He didn't have much to say. It seems like maybe he didn't say much to you guys at halftime because you were back out here pretty quickly.
Yeah, his message was basically just to pick it up, honestly. He knows that we were kind of slacking in the first half. I know we had 10 turnovers very quickly. He just was like, it's a simple message. Just pick it up, get to it, and let's get the win.
Thanks, Jalen. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Jalen Duren, 22 points, 19 rebounds, a huge night for Memphis, and they needed all of it because Western Kentucky put up a big fight tonight, John.
Well, again, I think this was a game where Memphis did a good job of keeping him involved. He was active in the first half, then quiet a little bit early in the second half, but he was a big factor going down the stretch for the Tigers in this win.
Again, shooting percentage early on, it was really strong for Western Kentucky. They're making threes. They got this unbelievable performance by Cameron Justice, but a limited bench for Rick Stansbury, and I believe that probably got to the guys. They got a little tired out in the second half. The pressure that Memphis put on them forced a bunch of turnovers, and they started to miss shots, come up a little bit short. That usually means fatigue.
It does, but they did a great effort. Again, they're going to be a factor as they get more players in their rotation in the Conference USA race. And if you're Memphis, you got tested, and you came through with a win.
All right, John, that'll do it from FedEx Forum. For analyst John Albright, I'm Greg Gaston saying so long. Once again, the final score, the Memphis Tigers knock off the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers 74-62. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.